Patience Pickner AIFD here with Galleria Farms. Today we're going to talk about long low centerpieces. These are a favorite with our customers, especially during the holidays or any special events or occasions. I like to use a container that they can keep kind of as a keepsake. Sometimes they bring in their own containers, but these tips that I'm going to show you will work with whatever containers that you're working with. So what I like to do is start with a little bit of greenery, and I had already cut apart some coquillas from another video, so we'll just tuck some of that in there. And then with the ruscus, we're going to cut that apart because we don't need this great big stem, right? So we'll just go and cut it into 3 or 4 little sections. I got a jumper, got it. You want to make sure that you get the sides, because when people are eating dinner or sitting down, this is more of their view rather than this, which is what we're doing when we're designing. So you always want to look at it this way and make sure that you're getting coverage everywhere. And then we'll put just a little bit of the eucalyptus, one stem here, but I'm going to cut off all the little branches, most of the little branches, and insert it that way. And I like to mix the greenery, making sure that I have, 2 or 3 different kinds of greenery for sure. I use hydrangeas and foam a lot. I don't have a problem with it, but I will tell you there are some tips. The main one being, make sure you're giving a nice sharp angular cut. And then the other one, and I don't have any at my house today, but I always dip hydrangeas in pickling alum, A-L-L-U-M, I believe. And you can get it at your grocery store, you can get it at Amazon, whatever. And I always dip it and then place it in the foam, and that helps draw the water in. I don't worry about it when I'm just designing in a fresh vase of water, but when I'm designing into foam, I always use alum, except for today because I don't have any. And then you really want to get it deep, deep, deep in the foam there. You can see I cut that one head apart so that I could have multiple insertions. Then I'm going to go in with a couple mini greens, and these I won't cut apart because they're pretty tight and compact already. Nice sharp cut, dip it into my pretend alum, and insert really nice and deep into the foam. These are more about adding a base texture and adding coverage really than they are about anything else. We're gonna let some of the other flowers be the star of the show. And look, it's already almost finished. I mean, technically add a few greens. If they wanted simplicity, you could go with this, but we're not going with that. I'm not a simple girl. We're gonna add in some of these beautiful Galleria lavender roses. And we're gonna do groupings, of course. Put some higher, some lower in the grouping, so it's much more interesting to look at. Next, oh, look at these little cuties. The little buttons. Love these. Love the texture of them. I love how they're all like compacted together. So you get this sweet little insertion. Just this nice little cluster, almost like a little ball. I've got some of these little cuties. And they're too big to stick the whole stem in. So we'll kind of cut it apart and do multiple insertions. And just that little pop of a brighter color with everything else being kind of pastel is fun and interesting. These pink spray roses would be just lovely in there. Maybe we'll do 2 stems of those. The design is getting pretty full, so we don't need to add too much more, but now's the time when you start really looking, seeing if there's any blank spots, and tucking in flowers into any of those spots that might need filled up. I like to use this technique with that. And it's very simple. It's just a matter of taking a piece of ribbon, and it needs to be ribbon that doesn't wick water. So, you know, obviously a satin wicks water really well, so you don't want to use that, but like this guy, this little shear, and you just take it, see if I can do this backwards. And wherever you want it, you just take your little cowie pick, or you can take a sharp end of a flower, a stem, a hyacinth stake, anything like that, and you just tuck it into the foam. Just push it, and it's not gonna go anywhere. It's in there pretty good. If you really yank on it, it will come out, but mostly is just gonna stay right where you want it. Tuck it into the foam, and then bring it back around just to kind of give that nice in and out, beautiful movement that we like. Okay, you can see how quick that is, how it adds just a really pretty little softness and movement to the design. And this will be perfect as a centerpiece, a buffet piece, lots of reasons for this kind of design. Holidays, garden parties, sky's the limit. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be back with lots more. Thank you.